I got kidnapped. And my brother came for me. My name is Isabella Marino. I'm 24 years old, born and raised in Naples, Italy. If you know the name Marino, you probably already know who my family is. If you don't, let's just say my last name opens doors for friends and closes them forever for enemies. It happened on a Tuesday. Rainy, quiet. The kind of night where the streets feel like they're holding their breath. I was walking home from the cafe when a black van rolled up beside me. Door slides open. Hands grab me. I barely had time to scream. They shoved me inside, hood over my head, rope around my wrists. I could hear them arguing in low voices, something about money, about my last name. That's when it hit me. They knew exactly who I was. Here's the thing. My brother? He's not a nice man. And when I say not nice, I mean the kind of person you don't even accidentally make eye contact with. I remember the van stopping. Heavy footsteps outside. And then a single gunshot. I gasped. Before I could scream, two men grabbed me. A rag over my mouth. The world went black. I woke up in a damp basement, tied to a chair, wrists raw from rope. There was one bare light bulb, buzzing, and three men speaking in fast Calabrian dialect. I caught enough to know they were from the rival DeLuca crew. One of them crouched in front of me, smiling like a snake. You're going to buy us a lot of power, Bella. They didn't want money. They wanted leverage. Me, the Merino princess. As a bargaining chip to force my father to hand over territory, but they didn't understand something. You don't steal from the Merinos and live to brag about it. The men barely spoke to me, except for one who leaned down, grinning. Your family thinks they own this city. We're going to see what they'll give to get you back. I spat at him. That's when the first slap came, hard enough to split my lip. After that, they stopped pretending. Punches to the ribs. A kick to my shin so sharp I thought it had cracked. They didn't care if I screamed. In fact, they wanted me to. Every time I coughed or winced, they'd say, "Let's see if your brother still acts tough when he sees you like this." Meanwhile, I learned later, Luca was tearing through the city. The second my father told him I was gone, he went quiet, that dangerous kind of quiet, but finding me wasn't simple. The kidnappers were smart. They moved me every few hours. The first place Luca stormed was a dockside warehouse. Empty. The second was an abandoned apartment block. Only a blood-stained chair left behind. With each wrong lead, his temper grew. He started asking around, except in Luca's world, asking meant people ended up limping home, or not home at all. Still, every time he got close, I was already gone. By the third night, my body felt like one giant bruise. My captors had started using me as entertainment, a punch when they were bored, a shove into the wall for laughs. My lip was swollen, my right eye barely opened. I remember lying on the cold floor, tasting iron in my mouth, wondering if Luca would ever find me in time. That gave me my first real spark of hope. It happened fast. 1 minute I was curled in a corner, the next the metal door slammed open. Luca stood there, rain dripping from his coat, a gun in one hand, a knife in the other. The first man charged him. Luca didn't even hesitate. A single shot. He hit the floor. Another man swung a bat, but Luca caught his wrist and slammed it against the wall until the bone snapped with a wet crack. The leader tried to use me as a shield. Big mistake. Luca's eyes locked on mine, calm, cold, then he lew. Then he lunged. One precise stab to the shoulder, a knee to the gut, and the man crumpled. By the time it was over, the place was silent except for my shaky breathing. Luca walked over, untied me, and without a word, draped his coat over my shoulders. On the way out, he looked back at the broken, groaning men. No one touches my sister. That night, I realized two things. I'd never be the same, either would the men who took me.